Hey, what's up everyone, EscoBlades bringing you another Splinter Cell Blacklist video. Now this time I'm playing Spies vs Mercs Classic mode. I'll get to the differences between Classic and Blacklist modes later in the video, but I'm playing Classic mode and I'm joined in this match by Propaganda, who I know and some of you might know from AC multiplayer community. So basically, unlike the Blacklist version of Spies vs Mercs, which as some of you know is 4 versus 4 with customization, the classic mode is this standard 2v2 mode, and there's no customization. You have to play as the default spy and merc classes. In the case of the mercs, you get 2 proximity mines, 2 frag grenades, 2 VX nerve gas grenades, and 1 resupply kit, which will allow you to resupply all of your ammo, as well as the motion sensor, which you can see at the bottom of the screen, and you get your 416 heavy rifle, which is equipped with a flashlight. When you're playing as the Spies, you get a stun crossbow, 3 flashbangs, 3 EMP grenades, 2 sticky cameras, 2 smoke grenades, and night vision goggles. So obviously the objective of the game, Spies have to attempt to hack and steal data from 3 different terminals, while the Mercs have to defend the terminals and kill any hackers if they succeed in accessing those terminals. It's a simple enough concept. I mean, if you've played Spies vs Mercs in any of the previous games, especially Chaos Theory, then you'll be mostly familiar with the concept. It's a simple enough, cat and mouse sort of game style. Spies, when you're playing as a Spies, you get to play from a third-person camera perspective, so over the shoulder. Spies are extremely agile, so you get the ability to climb up walls, pipes, and vents. You can hang off ledges and lurk in the corner. This is especially important because Spies have the ability called Shadow Blend. That means that they'll disappear from enemy sight while in shadow. It's extremely important as a spy. That's kind of the whole premise that the older games were based on. As a spy, you want to stick to the shadows and strike from the shadows. But Spies are extremely squishy. This kind of balances it out. So you can't really go toe-to-toe with Mercs in a gunfight. They will mow you down. That's like almost guaranteed. The best strategy is to sneak up on enemies from behind or drop down from above for an instant kill. Mercs, on the other hand, are played from a first-person perspective, so if you're an FPS player, you'll be used to this sort of camera. They come equipped with heavy weapons and armor, as I mentioned earlier, and they have the advantage of greater firepower in open combat. So if you see a spy running at you, I mean, you're almost always going to win the gunfight unless you can't aim, or you run out of bullets or whatever. So unlike the Spies, Mercs can't climb ledges or hide in cover. They're obviously heavily built and heavily armored, so they've got less agility. The best strategy for Mercs is to maintain long sight lines and shoot down attackers. Obviously, you've got to be mindful of not walking into ambushes, and if you know that obviously Spies can be in vents and above you and things like that and get kills from above, you want to take care when you're entering rooms. You want to be able to scope out all of the corners, check your corners, obviously check the shadows, and that's what the flashlight is there for. And don't just run blindly into a room because a spy could be waiting at the top of that doorway to, deliver a nasty surprise from above. So that's some of the basic strategy that's involved covered. Obviously the big difference between Classic and Blacklist modes is the number of players. Now Classic, as I mentioned, being 2v2, whereas Blacklist mode can go up to 4v4. So in that regard, I find Classic tends to be a lot more intense because there's just obviously 4 of you on a map at any given time, and you only have one other teammate to lean on. I also think there's a greater emphasis on teamwork in Classic, and you probably need to know the maps quite intimately, whereas in the Blacklist mode, it goes up to 4, you can kind of just follow the herd around and not necessarily know what's happening, and you can react. Whereas in Classic mode, sometimes you kind of need to just take the gauntlet on your own, and so you have to have an intimate knowledge of the maps, I think. One of the great things about Spies vs Mercs multiplayer is that it kind of almost forces you to be a rounded player. If you play as a spy, and if you play as a spy well, I think you'll become a better merc, and vice versa, because obviously some players some players are stronger in one class than other, but I think the skill sets that you get from playing as a spy and knowing how to play a spy well obviously transfer over to playing as a merc, because you know what you would do as a spy, and so you kind of have an idea of what other people will be doing in terms of laying traps and leading you into ambushes as a spy, so you know what to avoid when playing as a merc, and vice versa. If you're strong in one skill set, I think it transfers over at the very least to a minimum level as the other. So playing as a spy benefits you as a merc and vice versa. Obviously, some people, like I said, some people specialize in one and are stronger spies than they are mercs or vice versa, but I think it helps immensely, at least getting you to a minimum level playing as both classes. So anyway, that's just a little bit of thoughts and some commentary on Spies versus Mercs. Like I said, this is a classic mode. I'll put up some more Blacklist gameplay. I actually had one, the previous video. No, the one before the previous video was Blacklist gameplay, but it had no commentary. This is classic mode. I'll continue to filter out between them. There's other different modes as well. I think you get team deathmatch, you get exfiltration, and you get another game mode. So there's a few different ones that I can try, and I'll probably at some point this week put up some of those other ones as well. I just wanted to get one up with some commentary, so at least you had some thoughts on it. I'm really enjoying it. You know, you've got to obviously take it for what it is. It's not the classic mode in terms of the feel that, you know, from what you've played in Chaos Theory or Pandora Tomorrow, for instance. But it is a hark back to the old days of light and shadow gameplay, and it's really intense. I mean, like, any of you who have played it will probably know. We had some really good games. Pop and I obviously had mics, so we were communicating, and I think that really helped, especially in this gameplay. That's one tip I can give. If you have a mic, put it on, and hopefully you're playing with other people who do have mics, because communication is key. Being able to react the split second something happens from voice rather than an on-screen prompt, for instance, can make the difference between, you know, getting that kill or getting shanked or whatever. So definitely play with your mics if you've got them. That's the biggest tip I can give. And then I guess it's just, you know, learn the maps. If you know the maps, then you know what you can pull off, you know what you can do, and you can pull off some really crazy things, as you'll see some of the good stuff that happens in this gameplay. It was supposed to be flawless. I thought I'd mention that, but Prop decided to, at the end of the Mercs round, you'll see what happens anyway. He ruins the score for me, but it was supposed to be a flawless gameplay. I'm going to call it flawless because I didn't die. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to leave you with the rest of the gameplay. I hope you enjoy the video. I hope you enjoyed the short commentary. I'll do my best to put up more with some longer thoughts and whatnot. I just wanted to get this out there with my voice over some gameplay, so I'll leave you with the rest of it. But thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, click like and share the video around, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Take care and bye for now.
Station A is being hacked. Tango down. The hack's been snuffed. Cover those terminals. Hackers reported in the area. Round ends in 1 minute. Terminal C has hackers all over it. 30 seconds. Repeat, 30 seconds. Seconds on the clock. Enemy threat down. Clock stretched. Keep pushing. Hackers on the prowl. Shoot to kill. That's round one.
Hack the data terminals, but be careful. The place is crawling with hostiles. Our hack down, guys. Terminals are live. Go get the data. Terminal A is being breached as we speak. Your hack is 50% complete. Going. It's almost through. Victory confirmed. Great work out there.